Hello guys, it's another beautiful day, another tutorial video. So today we are going to try and link this pie chart and bar chart to our dashboard. So we've created this dashboard already. So this is uh this is what we did initially. So as you can see, we have an image of a bar chart and a pie chart here. So what we are going to do is, instead of using the image here, we are going to link like a row, Matplotlib, graph, and pie chart to our dashboard. So let's get into the video. So inside the video, so this is our dashboard that we've created. So I'm going to put a link in the description so you can check it how we created this dashboard from scratch initially. So inside our dashboard, let's go and clear. So first of all, don't worry about this underlying things. I just reset my PC and I've just installed Python. I think I've not configured the path well. So as you can see, this is saying unresolved reference. So, but it's not. I think it's not. But even let's clear this. Even if I clear this and I run it, let's run it. It's going to show error because it can't recognize that. Why is it taking long though? Okay, as you can see, it's showing error that date time object does not apply to a string. So it means we need to import date time. So because I just cleared it there, so let's bring it back. So if you run it again, now it's going to come. So you can see it's recognizing the reference, but I think it's something with the path with my Python. So you don't have to worry about that. It's supposed to work on yours. So let's remove. So what you are going to do is you are going to remove this dev. Okay, let's launch it. So what you are going to do is you are going to remove this image and the pie chart, so that will link the row one to it. So let's look for graph. Okay, so we have our graph. So let's comment them out. So this is the pie chart because we don't need them again. So we are going to comment them out. So let's comment. So let's run it again. So as you can see, here is empty now. There is nothing here. So we are going to try link the Matplotlib graphs to it. So let's get back to our source code. So we are going to install some packages we need for. So let's go to our terminal. We need to do this. So as you can see, the first one we are going to install is, let me drag it a little bit. So the first one we are going to install is OpenPyXL. So the reason why we need this OpenPyXL is because we are going to use this data I have in my Excel. So we are going to try and plot this graph, this data here. So this is like students with their subject they study and the scores they have in their subject. So we are going to try and plot this on the graph and the pie chart. So basically you can even decide to like plot, or you can even decide to display any data directly from your database onto your graph or whatever. But we are using the Excel for now because for the sake of beginners who may not be very familiar with dashboard database, sorry, who may not be familiar with database and stuff. So I don't want to use database to, so that those who are not familiar with database will get struggle a little bit. So I assume Excel is, if you are a developer, almost 99.9% of developers are familiar with like Excel. Excel is like a basic software for every developer there. So I assume you are all familiar with it. So that's why I'm using the Excel. But if you want me to make a video on how to maybe display maybe data from database like MySQL, SQLite, Excel straight on your dashboard or pie chart, you can still comment so I can do it for you. So right now we are going to use the data from the Excel. So for us to be able to use the data from the Excel, we need to install OpenPyExcel. So this will allow us to open an Excel file in our pie chart. So right now we have pip install OpenPyExcel. Then the next thing you are going to install is pandas as well, which has something to do with the Excel and things. So this is the pip install pandas. Then we are going to install Matplotlib. So the graph, we are going to use Matplotlib graph and Matplotlib pie chart. So that's what you are going to use. So we are installing Matplotlib as well. So that's all we are going to install. Then we are going to set as it's done. Let's import all our styles after installing them. So assuming you've installed your pandas, so we import our pandas now. So we import our pandas, sorry, supposed to be capital A, pandas all in lowercase letters as PD. So once again, don't worry about this underlying stuff here, so it will still work. So import pandas as PD. Then okay, we are going to import Matplotlib as well. So from Matplotlib dot backends, back end with the S, so back end then with the S, so which is back ends dot then back end, so this one without S, so back ends dot back end, then we'll bring the dash, then tk aggregate, so tk aging, all in lowercase letters, so tk aging. So from Matplotlib back ends tk aggregate, we are going to import figure, so it will start with a uppercase F, then figure with uppercase C canvas, then uppercase T, so TK uppercase T, then lowercase k as TK aggregate with also uppercase A, so Gingy. So from backends dot backend TK aggregate import figure canvas aggregate. So we are going to import Matplotlib again. So from okay, so I think it's from, yeah, it does it. So import Matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So import Matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Then finally we import our numpy. So import numpy. So the numpy will allow us to use the data we are imported from the my Excel file in our Python. So import numpy as np. So after importing all this, let's go straight to the down here. Once again, I have this source code. We've done this video already, we've done this dashboard already, so you can check it out. So at the down here on top of the wing, you want to import, you want to call our matplotlib that we called at the top. So here you can see we imported matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So here we are going to say plt dot show. So we are calling plt dot show here. Then we are ready to go. So let's come to our source code. So right now inside my source folder here, you can see I have book1.xlsx. So this is the Excel file here. So if you look at the top here, this is the name of the Excel I'm saving, Excel file. So the Excel file is book1.xlsx. So we are going to open this file in the Python file. So it's inside my source. So to open that file, we need to assign the path of the file. So let's say data is equal to, so let's say pd, data assigned to pd dot read. So we are reading the file from it, dot read excel. So we open parentheses. So we are going to copy the path of wherever your Excel file is. So copy path. So copy path reference. Okay. So let's paste it here. So I'm going to put in the link to this Excel file for you. So in case you don't have time to write all this from scratch, so that to make it easy. So I'll put the link for you to get this Excel file and use it for the tutorial. So let's change this so that I won't get problem. So let's make it double because Python recognize 1/ as space. So we need to make it double. Okay, so now we are going to sum. So using the numpy, I want to sum all the values inside the Excel. So let's say sum Julius. So assigned to. So if you look at the Excel, we have Julius here. So we are summing all the values of Julius, all the values of Gideons, all the values of Justice, all the values of all the scores of the students. So our first student is Julius. So sum Julius. So sum. So data. Okay, it's supposed to be a list. So we are summing the list of all the scores by Julius. So Julius, the same way the name is placed. So you can see the name inside the Excel is uppercase J. So it's necessary we bring it to the uppercase J. Then let's copy this. So let's paste it in the next line. So this will be Gideons. So the changes to Gideons. So sum Gideons. Then the third student is Justice. So sum Justice. Okay, we need to change this as well. So Justice. Alright, then the fourth student is Daniel. So sum Daniel. So inside there, let's change this to Daniel as well. Then we have Simon as the next student. So sum Simon. So we'll change this to Simon as well. Then we have Sam Dennis. So let's paste this. So this is Dennis. Then here is going to be Dennis as well. Alright. So Sam, Simon, Sam, Dennis. So let's see how many students. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 students. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's it. So now we are going to plot this file with sum. So we are going to plot the sum of these files. So first let's start with the pie chart. So let's say plot pie chart. So under it, let's give our figure a size. So let's say fig is equal to the plot. So remember we call the PLT here at the top here, we call Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So that's what we are calling here. So that whenever I see the PLT, you should know that's what it is. So PLT dot figure. So we open here. So fig size. So you know Matplotlib figures deals with inches. So this is basically like the size in inches. So fig size. So you are going to say 5, then 5. Then we'll bring comma here. So let's say DPI. So we are giving it like let's say 100. So let's come to the next line. So we say fig dot set size. So set size inches. Set size inches. So we'll say 5, then 3.5. So this is basically like we are giving the size of our pie chart. So after we install the pie chart, you can play with these values. Then we'll see how this works. So let's come down here and say data to plot. So plotting values. So plot values, however I want to call it. These are just the data you are going to plot on there. You want to assign them and plot them. So we are going to plot the labels which are the names. So let's assign it as labels. So we are plotting Julius. I think Julius have a U here. So we are plotting Julius. So let's bring some quotes around it. Quote, then comma. Then we'll plot Gideons. So we want it to be in order, like so in order how we are going to name it will show in order of how the plotting will be. So we are plotting Gideons, then Julius. I think it's Julius or Justice. Yeah, I think it's Justice. So Justice. Then we are plotting Daniel next. So Daniel. Then we are plotting Simon next. So Simon. Then finally we'll plot Dennis. Alright, so we want to give the sizes of each pie chart from. So let's say here we want to give the sizes of each portion here. So that's what we are going to do. So we are assigning the sizes to. So let's say we have sum of Julius. So it means whenever we assign the size of this, we'll say okay, after assigning the size of this, you want Julius to be for this size or let's just say portion. Portion is the right way to mention it than size. So okay, we say portion for Dennis, portion for Simon, portion for, so we are just trying to divide the whole thing into portions. So that's what I'm trying to call the sizes. So I think portion will be the right thing to say. So we'll have sum of Julius, then we'll call the sum of, so these are basically the files, the items we've sum here. Of course, we've already assigned them here, so we are calling them here. So sum of Julius, sum of Gideons. We have the sum of Justice as well. Then we have sum of Daniel next. Sum of Dennis. Then I think okay, sum of Daniel, sum of Simon must come first. So sum of Simon. Okay, sum of Simon. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here we go. So we want to assign colors for each portion. So like I said, like each portion, see all of them have different colors. So we are assigning the colors for each portion. So you can use any color you want for them as well. So for Julius portion, we are going to use gold. We're using gold for Julius portion. So let's put them in a list because it's a list of files. So we have gold. Then yellow for Gideons. So yellow, green. Then we have light coral. So light coral. Then we have okay, I think we are left with one coat here. Okay, so light coral. We have light sky blue. So no spaces. Light. Yeah, I think I will shy. So light. Why am I messing up with my quotes like that? So light sky blue. So let's say orange. Then we are left with one portion, which is the Dennis. So we are giving it red. So the portion of Dennis is going to be red. Then we say explode. So explode is basically like when you look at this, the portion which has been shifted out of the pie chart, that's the explode. So we want to explode Julius portion. So first explode. So we have 6 portions. So let's 6 portions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So any portion we are going to explode, we just change it to 0.2. So it means that portion will explode. So it means we are exploding Julius, the first portion. So that's basically it. Then we are getting somewhere. So finally we can now plot our pie chart. So now these are like the plotted values. So these are, we are plotting these values. We are plotting Julius. So it means if you look at this, these are the labels here, which the labels you assign. As you can see the names. Then the what you are going to plot. So this, as you know, pie chart deals with percentages. So after summing the values, you are going to convert them to percentages. Then we plot them inside the pie chart. So that's, it will change these values to percentages per 30%. So then we have the colors for each portion. Then we have the exploded portion. So now that we've done all this, let's plot them now. So we are going ahead and plotting them. So plotting our assigned or plotting our values. I just want to separate it to make it understandable if you are trying to go to plotting our. So here let's say labels. Oh sorry, I think we've assigned those values already, so we just have to plot them straight. So plt.py, so one, because it's pie chart, we are calling it pie. So that's how the matplotlib. So any, if it's bar, it will be bar chart. So this is pie, so pie chart. So pie, then the sizes. So these are the sizes here. So that's what you are calling here. So that's basically what it is. So well, I think there is some underlined. I think something is not working. Okay, I think it means an equal to sign there. Sorry. So sizes. Then we have our explode explode. So you can see the explode here. So that's the explode. So it means we are exploding Julius portion. So the one of our labels, you can see the labels there as well. We've assigned them. So labels. So labels is equal to labels. Then we have our colors. You can see the colors there as well. So colors also equal to the colors we've assigned there as well. Then remember I said we are plotting, we are converting those values to percentages and plotting them. So auto PC T, so auto PCT is equal to, so let's bring quote, then percentages, percentage sign, then 1.1 F percent. So when I'm focusing on the structure part, I don't go, I'm assuming if you are watching this video, you already know some stuffs about data science. So I'm just focusing on the structure part, trying to get this app running. So if you still want me to like do a video on data science, maybe we'll talk about maybe how to come up with values, maybe things you need to consider, maybe how to like plot values and all those like the numpy stuff. I'll still do video on it, but right now I'm focusing on the structural part. So let's go to the shadow true. So we are getting all this because of the modules we imported. So these are, so we start and go to 140. So then finally, after assigning these values onto our pie, let's give it them a size. So we are making it like circle. You can see the pie chart is like circle, so we want to make it round. So to do that, we say plt, which is our pie matplotlib dot the pie plot we called here. These are plt. So anytime we are using plt, you should know that that's what you are referring to. So plt then ASICs. So we are giving them equal. So this will create a pie chart like a circle. I mean, it's basically like maybe in HTML then we have something like a border radius. So maybe if we make it border radius as half of the size, to change it to circle. So it has something to do with something like that. So like this, so that's how it goes. So like we have canvas bar, So remember we imported this figure canvas tk aggregate as well. So that's what you are calling here. So we have our figure. Remember we have our figure here. So this is just like the size and of the stab there. So master. So this is like the window. We are just putting our this thing on the window. So self.window. So this is like the self.window. That's the this thing inside our init function there. So finally we can now come back and say canvas bar dot draw. Yeah. So let's try and run this stuff and see. Okay, I think we are left with one more thing before we run it. We need to show the bar chart on our output window. So whenever our window comes, we place the bar chart on that window. So once again, let's say canvas bar dot get. So here we say tk widget. I hope I spell it right. Widget. Well, I think I've forgotten my space a little bit. Okay, I think that's it. Widget. So dot place. So we are placing it. So this is like placing it on the window. So on the window we are placing it at a position of x of 1120. So this is like placing item on the window. It's there's the same thing. So 1120. Then y is going to be 285. All right. We have an anchor to be center. So we cannot run it and see. So at the down here we call the python.show. So let's run it now. To work, should work. Boom, back. Wow. So you can see all that we were doing. This is the output of those plenty things we were doing. So we come to the top here. So remember I said we are going to explore the first size. So that's the so let's say we remove this and run it again. You can see Julius is a full thing now. So the explode is just like pushing this out a little bit. So depending on how you want your thing to go and what you need to do with it. Wow. So we are done with our pie chart. Once again, I'm not focusing on the data science part of it. I'm just focused on the structure. So if you still, I'm assuming you know the data science stuff. So if you still want me to do data science stuff, then I will make another video. I'll focus on like values. Maybe let's say you want to create your application, and maybe you are creating like application for let's say a cafe or a coffee shop, cafe shop, and maybe you want to display like sales after sales make through the day. You want to display some values and stuff. So maybe how you create tables for like those statistics coming in, you store it in your database, then you try display those informations back on your chart, on your dashboard and stuff, all those stuff. So I'm ready. If you still want me to make video on that for you, I'll be so happy to do it for you guys. So right now let's just focus on how to put this thing on our dashboard. So right now we are left with the graph. So we are done with one. So this is the what you are doing. So we are done with this. We are going to do this. So we are going to plot our graph now. So let's say we have assigned our values. So this section, I don't even know where to start from again. Okay, so let's give our graph like a graph size, just as we do the same thing here. So we are going to say fig. So let's separate it. So graph plotting so let's copy this to save time. So we are here, we paste it here. So